Carla is a life coach, businesswoman, and talent and events manager. She is best known to many for her ability to effectively execute ideas and abundantly care for others. She aspires to inspire in everything that she does, and that is what makes her the empowered individual that she is today.
Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of In Love with Me, where we feature inspiring individuals who will share their amazing stories. I am your host, Mafae Velasco, and for this series, our topic is being empowered during quarantine. For this episode, we have an empowered woman, events and talent manager, businesswoman, and life coach to motivate us to take action. So without further ado, let's welcome the beautiful and amazing Carla Purugganan. Hi, Ate. Hi, Carla.
Hello. Hi, Faye. How are you?
I'm doing amazing now that I get to see you and catch up with you again. Fun fact, guys. This woman has been a biggest mentor in my life, and she is one of the reasons why I am the thick-skinned woman I am today. But I'm gonna share Atikala with you guys because she's just an amazing person. I know you've been busy during this quarantine period or lockdown period, but before I ask you what you've been up to, Ate, please share with everyone on how you became the empowered and inspiring woman that you are today.
Wow, that's a really big word. I had to Google actually the meaning of the word to make sure that I understood it correctly. But when I think of that word now, it's strong and confident, and I think it all started with growing up and being surrounded by very supportive family and friends. So with that, I think that's given me so much courage to be able to achieve a lot of things that I've done in my lifetime. I have had some failures, and from that I've learned and also shared a lot of my experiences with others as well. So I have a lot of gratitude to my parents who are very supportive. And I have a great network of friends and family around me.
Yeah, you've been such a great mentor to me, and of course now, a mentor to a lot of people. And here's some memories that we have to bring back and talk about. I met Atikala during a Filipino community, which is the group that you're just seeing on the screen. Please, Ate, can you share what was that all about?
So it was a youth group. So all of our parents were part of the committee. And I think they wanted to be more current with and attract new thoughts and new ideas to raising funds for the Filipino Multipurpose Center. So your dad, my father, etc., were part of this committee and convinced all of us to become a youth group, and then to generate income for the community, for the Filipino community. And that's how we met, I guess. And then I think because of my personality, I sort of became one of the leaders there because I'm so chatty and bossy, I guess. But that's sort of what happened. And we were under the mentorship of Tita Belen and Tito Bob Mendoza, who I believe really paved the way for me in terms of events management and production wise, and how to be a good leader. So that's how
And
we met.
And then with that, you manage some talents, and you also organized events, pageants. What was the most challenging, being an events manager and also a talent manager?
Oh my goodness. So with the event side, I have a team of people that I can rely on and work off. With regards to being a talent manager, it's really difficult. I managed 10 boys, a dance group. My first my first group was talent was 10 boys, teenager boys, and they exhausted me, and it was just me against 10 of them, right? And luckily, and I have two brothers, and my brothers are not like them at all. So it was very difficult for me to try and figure out, because they all had different personalities. They were all very loud, and because they were dancers, they had so much energy, and I was like trying to keep up with them. And then I also managed a group of five or four girl dance group. So I mainly did a lot of dances that I managed solely on my own. So because I didn't have a team, it was just me and then my talent. I found that quite challenging because of all the different personalities and the moods that people would have. So, but we managed. Communication was very, very important. I needed to make sure that I had a friendship and built a good, trusting relationship with each and every one of my talents. And their parents, because they were young as well. So I met a lot of their parents. I worked with a lot of their parents as well. So, yeah.
Well, that's the probably the main thing I admire about you, is that you're so calm and collected, even though not a lot of people know when you're mad, but even when you're mad, you're still kind of soft-spoken and not showing the world that, oh, I'm so mad at you. So where do you think you got that kind of characteristic or that persona?
My dad's pretty chilled. He's like, okay, there's a problem. Let's analyze the problem. And that's where I think I learned it from. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am a bit of a firecracker. If I really hit a certain point and nobody's listening to me, you'll hear me. And if I've pretty much fed up, I sort of just leave the room and I just shut my mouth. And then I will just wait until someone's ready to listen, because there is no point. So I'll do everything in my power first to try and remedy the situation calmly. But at the end, I'll show you my frustration. And if you still don't want a bar of it, I'll let you be until you're ready to listen. But yes, definitely my dad. My dad's very cool.
So speaking of that, I mean, what is your definition of me time? Of course, that's you sharing where you are faced with a challenge. But what does Carla do daily for me time?
Well, nowadays I don't really have much events and talents that I manage anymore. I mainly do a lot of consulting, but now me time for me is really getting a great night's sleep and just pampering. So being in quarantine, there was really I had a lot more time. I gained a lot more time back for myself. So I've done a lot of self-care in terms of skincare, meditation, yoga, that sort of thing. I think it's important that you give yourself time within the day. Even if you have a family, or even if you have a partner or a really busy schedule business, you need to make time for yourself to gather your thoughts. You don't necessarily need to be doing anything. You can just be sitting there, but totally disconnect and just be with yourself. Mm-hmm. And I learned that the hard way. And I learned that by meditation as well. So I meditate in the shower, I meditate wherever, sitting in traffic, whenever I get the chance. And I learned that with my yoga teacher, who taught me that it's, you need to take this time and reflect on yourself. And breathing really helps.
Going back to our Filipino community, when I just remember when we used to organize the pageants, those were the most memorable to me. What was it what was rewarding during that time for you?
The whole process, actually. Seeing the girls who come into the pageant so shy and vulnerable, and seeing them at the end of it, what they've gained, and that we were a part of that, and that we've given them something that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. That was really rewarding, like seeing the whole journey of the people. It's not only the girls in the pageant, but it's also other people who are, who we bring on into the group. So like for yourself, you didn't probably like emceeing before, but we put you in front of a mic. Here's a script, learn it, Mafae. It's okay if you don't know it word for word, but learn it, and then look at you now hosting this amazing series. So yeah, that
told you guys.
Really pageants.
Told you guys, Ate Carla was one of the first tough love and an inspiration to me on how to get out of my comfort zone. And you've been doing that for a lot of people. I know, we call you Ate Carla because you're kind of like, you're like an older sister to us, but you are Ate Carla to a lot of people. And when I say, hey guys, Ate Carla, it's like, yes, I know her. And you would always like talk about how many godchildren you have, but really, Ate, you have a lot of children that you've taken care of.
I don't have my own kids, but I have like so many godchildren, and it's such a blessing. I love all of them. I mean, I'm my goddaughter. One of my goddaughters is already a mom, so I'm technically a grandma now. So
wow.
it's just fantastic. It's fantastic. And so that's why my Instagram is called Ate Nings, because I'm Ate to all and Ninang to everyone. And all of your kids too, so it's great.
I know, all of them. Every single one of them. Okay, so let's talk about, you were mentioning about health. Health is very important. And I know you went through a journey. Do you want to share that with everyone?
Yeah. So a few years ago, I suffered a lot of digestive problems. And I had a procedure done that removed my gallbladder, thinking that it would help my reflux and all that sort of thing. And it didn't help me at all. I still felt uncomfortable. I felt so tired and just like in pain or like discomfort all the time. So I went in search of finding something to help me. So I changed so many things in my life, my lifestyle, my diet, and I just couldn't figure it out. And then on Facebook, I saw my amazing friend Marlene.
Marlene.
Yeah, Marlene, talking about this program that she was on. And with that program, it really helped me reset my body clock. It really helped me with digestion. I was off the drugs, the medicated prescription drugs that I was on, and I felt great. I felt 20 years younger, and I still feel good now. I lost 20 kilos, and I didn't do it to lose weight. I did it to feel good. I did it to feel better because I was so restless. I was so unhappy because I felt so sick every day. So I am really, really grateful to Marlene and Paolo for introducing that to me. So yeah, so I feel good now, and those things that I've learned in the last 2 years, I am still practicing now, in my life. I may not take all the products because my body has sort of gotten to the level where, you know, it needs to be. So it's not reliant on those things now. So, but yeah, I feel great. I really feel great.
Mm-hmm.
So reach out to Marlene Soriano if anybody wants a helping hand.
Well, no, they'll reach out to you first, and then I'll have all your social media there, and then Ate Carla can guide you guys on what you need. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to get better in health, get better in the mindset, and Ate Carla is the perfect person to give you advice on that. So I will make sure to have Ate Carla's social media handle on the caption so that you can reach out to her. She is more than happy to answer all those questions, most especially at this time, right, Ate?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
So
I'm here.
speaking of this challenging time, you're in Australia, in Sydney, and I know that you guys are getting better. You're able to already go out, right? What's the update there?
Yeah, the lockdown here in Sydney, it's really eased. So, but they do make sure that we still practice social distancing, hygiene. You know, it's not compulsory to wear a mask, but I do. And try and avoid crowded places and just keep your distance, and coughing into your elbow, that sort of thing. But we monitor it every day. So the New South Wales Health, they provide you an update daily, a few times a day. So you know where New South Wales is at, and also the rest of the country if you watch the news. So we're able to go out. We just need to be careful.
Right, exactly. But during the lockdown, I know that you've created a new baby. So you want to share that with everybody?
Yes. So it's actually just not me. It's a passion project of my family. And we started a little family food business called Familiar Foods. And we make longanisa, tocino, embutido, all of those sorts of dishes that we grew up with. So familiar is a play on the word familiar. So these foods remind us of our childhood when we would visit the Philippines. So we grew up here in Sydney, Australia, and these are the foods that we would enjoy eating there. It wasn't, when we were growing up, this sort of food wasn't accessible in stores. We didn't really have Filipino restaurants when we were growing up here. It's only recently that all of this Filipino food movement has come about. But yeah, my parents used to make these dishes for us, you know, to share with our friends and family here in Sydney. And so we thought that it would be a great idea to rekindle that. But what my brother is actually, my youngest brother, Eric, is an apprentice chef. So he has tweaked a lot of the recipes to be healthier, to remove a lot of the preservatives and the dyes, the food dyes, and he makes it fresh. So we don't like our product sitting in the freezer, waiting to be purchased. We pretty much make it as we order it, as the orders come in. So that's a passion project of my family, and I've become the food photographer in charge of all the social media. So it's been fun. So we really just started this when the quarantine or the lockdown started happening here in Sydney. Would be about March, and we've done so well. And I just want to thank you to all my friends and everybody out there who have supported and purchased our products and enjoyed it. So thank you so much.
Peach is watching. Hi.
Hi,
thanks
Mare.
for tuning in. Yeah, you have a lot of fans over here watching you, tuned in. Thank you guys. We all love Ate Carla. As you can see, she's been an inspiration in all our lives. But I know, Ate, there are times that you are only human. There are times that you are unmotivated. So what do you do at those instances when you have to snap yourself back into a positive mindset? What goes through your mind? What do you do to make sure that you're okay?
Well, of course, like you said, it's human nature to have those down times. It's okay to not feel motivated every day, you know. But when it becomes regular, then you got to think about, you know, why do I feel this way if I'm not normally like this, you know? And so those days when I don't feel great, I always try and get dressed as if I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have really any plans, but I get dressed as if I'm going to go somewhere, because it makes me feel happier, fresh, like, you know, put on some makeup, you know, and then think about what would make you happy today. Even the simplest little things, you know, like go out, see some friends. But during this quarantine, that's been so difficult. So we do a lot of FaceTime calls, a group of my friends and I. I do a lot of meditation and stretching to get, you know, the blood flowing. And if I want to eat something, I'll just eat it. You know, I can be bad once in a while. You know, it's okay. It's okay. But even if I get dressed and get ready, put makeup on, and I just want to go back to bed and just chill there and watch YouTube or anything or Netflix, do it, you know, do it. Because you have to listen to your body sometimes, you know, and sometimes your body just wants a break. And you just need to feed it what it needs. So if you're unhappy, you got to think about what you want, what will make you happy. And if making you happy is just to stay in bed today, do it. If what makes you happy is, you know, to eat that bar of chocolate, do it today, you know. But you need to also make sure that there's balance, you know, balance in your life. So you're bad today, you're bad right now, but make sure that you're good tomorrow. You know, don't make it a habit to do bad habits. So yeah, so that's what I do. I really think you need to listen to yourself, and it's okay. Don't feel bad if you don't feel like being fit today or going to the gym or doing some exercise. It's all good. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I know that you mentor, like I said earlier, you mentor a lot of young people, you know, and I'm one of them. I mean, you know, part of that group. But what would, if you had given a chance, if you had a chance to give your younger self advice, what would it be?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good question. I never really.
You got this out there.
I know, right? Give more time to yourself, Carla. You know, I'm a very, you know, I love being around people. I'm really sociable, you know, and because of that, I didn't give myself much time, like for myself, you know, and I only learned that in the last 4 years, 5 years. And my youngest brother is the one who said to me, you can't do everything, Ate. You can't solve everybody's problems, Ate. You know, you got to give something to yourself. And you hear it all the time. You hear people say, you got to give, you know, you got to leave something for yourself. You got to leave something for yourself. And I just used to think, oh, but making others happy, you know, helping others makes me happy, right? But I didn't give any time to myself. Like the only time I really had to myself was to brush my teeth, take a shower, and go to bed, you know, and all the other time is for other people, you know. So yes, that's what I would say to myself. And I'd tell everybody now, make sure you leave time for yourself. Get to know yourself better.
Yes, out there, you know, this is a woman that she is selfless. Like she is not selfish. And it's true, you did give a lot of your time to me, to others. And that's why we love you so much. And, you know, I just want to thank you for all these years that you've been part of my life and now my children, my family's life. You know, you're such an amazing woman. And I only pray for happiness and endless kids. You still have time for that out there. You have a lot of time right now to catch up. But, you know, this is a woman that just has a gift of giving. I think that's what your calling was for
Oh,
your life, and you're loved, so loved. Of
I feel it. Thank you. Thank you. And
course.
because time, I'm not rich, I wasn't born with a lot of money. And as I was growing up, I met a lot of people who were so generous with their time, to teach me things, to listen to me. And that was all I could give in return because I found it so beneficial when I was growing up. And I wanted to pay it forward. And that's how, that's the only way I can do it. So it's important to give people time to touch base. I love it when I get a random text message from my godkids. I now have a Facebook Messenger for kids. So, and I love little, like, snail mail. Sometimes I get little cards in the mail. Usually it's just bills,
Cute.
but I get cards, drawings and that sort of stuff, and it, for me, it just means so much because that person thought of me, for that moment. And even though that time wasn't spent, face to face together, having this conversation, for that period of time, that person thought of me. And I think time is so valuable, and I'm grateful that, people give me their time. So I will give you my time
And
when you
then
need it.
and it's important to know that, especially right now, because it's a lot of people feeling down and out. Of course, with this challenging time, it doesn't help, but knowing the fact that to surround yourself with people that love you, that's why I always share with people, like when you do a give back, that doesn't necessarily mean financial or material
Yeah.
time out of your day, or out of the 24 hours that we have each day, to someone that just needs that boost of positivity, or even just a
Yeah.
genuine hi, how are you,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. You
It
just touch
means a
base and it's
lot.
like you're here. I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. How you going? It doesn't
Hmm.
need to be like a conversation. Like nowadays with social media, we like things, we comment, we heart, but sometimes a direct message, even on Facebook Messenger or Instagram, it means a lot, so reach out to people, even if if you notice that they've been a bit quiet, or you like something, just say, hey, how you going? It's
Hmm.
up to them if they want to respond or not, but knowing that there's somebody there who is watching you, and is ready to listen to you if you need to, definitely reach out. That you're so right.
Hmm.
You're so right, Faye.
I think, with us, we were somewhat lucky to have the community to really, help us build our characters, our personalities into a positive
Hmm.
light. Whereas now, the youth, I think, can have a disadvantage where they're, just in front of their phone or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
I really appreciate the time I had with you, because we talked a lot, as
Hmm.
in even over the phone. I mean, there was no hype over social media back then,
Mm.
but I would call you up, or you would call me up, or we'll get together and initiate, that gathering.
Yeah.
So I think, let me take that back. The kids nowadays, they're not disadvantaged because they can reach people easily, right? It's
Much
just
more
a matter
easy.
of taking action on saying, hey, let's get on a call right now, a video call.
Yeah.
So there's really no excuses. So the valuable lesson here, and you said, is really reaching out, especially at this time. We have, being at home. I'm sure people have Wi-Fi. I mean, that's the one thing that everybody
Yeah,
values,
I
right?
know,
So,
right?
so then, you have no choice but to, exactly what Atikala said, private message, direct message, it means so much more. Actually, a phone call means so much more, because that's like an instant
Yeah, I prefer
replying
I
to each other.
prefer phone calls. I prefer phone calls than messaging. My boyfriend knows that. I just like messaging, but because he's a big messenger, I have to message back. But I prefer having a conversation because it's more fun, it's more interactive, and like there's less, miscommunication, and you can talk for hours and hours and hours. You get lost in the conversation, which I really enjoy. And I'm just really talkative by nature. So.
Yeah, I love it. I miss our long conversations. And you're right, even if you would like drop me off, during those times, drop me off at home, it's like we're on the phone. It's like we just
Hello?
we didn't see each other.
Hello,
But,
I just dropped you off. Yeah, and then I think that was the case. It was a case with a lot of my friends, and it's because we just connected. We just really enjoyed each other's company, and there's just so much we wanted to share. There's so much we wanted to ask each other and learn from each other. So that's just, and it goes back. I'm very blessed to have really supportive friends, that I've had for a very, very long time. I'm not going to tell you how many years, because that photo, we've been friends since high school, So, I've kept a lot of my friends from when I was growing up, which I'm really, really pleased about. And I reach out, I gravitate to my friends. If I'm feeling bad, if I'm feeling happy, I just share with them my day.
And they become family, because even when I knew you, I met all your friends, and until now, actually, when I saw that posted on your Facebook, I was like, oh, that's such an amazing, to have friends that you kind of build a sisterhood, all these years, and just to see each other grow, and now they have their families, and it's nice to see. It's inspiring. I have a few questions for you here online, Ate. So let me start with this. What gives you the motivation to move forward every day?
The fact that I open my eyes, you know what I mean? The blessing of a new day. We hear a lot of stories where people just don't wake up from their sleep. And I'm just really happy and pleased and grateful that I get to see a new day every day. And that I get to press the snooze button if I need to. But, and just being able to be with my family, like my parents are still healthy and everything. So, I just am happy to see a new day. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, you did. We have this favorite conversation or like topic, Nick and I, lately, and it's all about your pillars or your motto that you live by. He always says 3 or maybe 4. It depends on you. But what are your pillars that you live by, or motto?
Oh, there's so many mottos, that really gravitate to me. My pillars, I think, going back to the whole empowerment thing, my pillars of strength is my family, my faith, and my friends. My friends, it's most especially my boyfriend. He's been so supportive and so great. So makes me killing.
I know, I can see it in your face.
Yeah, those 3 F's. Faith, family.
Thanks, Eddie. I know Eddie helped you with your setup. Thanks for supporting Ate Carla and keeping this glow on her face. I love it. Okay, another one. How important is it to have a circle of friends you can depend on?
Oh, so for me, I didn't have any family growing up here. It was just my mom, my dad, and myself who came to migrate to Sydney So I didn't really have much family. So a lot of my family are friends, and I have many friends. I have three main group of friends, and each group I actually have a name for. And yeah, and within those groups of friends, I also have specific people that I go to for certain things, uh, and for certain times of the day, because there's some people who are night owls, and I'm still up at midnight, so I'll be like, Peachy, are you still up? So I think it's really important because they keep you grounded, and sometimes you just need to let it out. You just really need to let out what's bothering you, or what you're excited about, and you just want to share it with someone, and people that you care about as well, and who will also be happy for you. So it's important. I think it's very important to have a great network of friends and family to support you, to be one of your pillars.
Exactly. Okay, another one. What's your favorite Filipino food that you miss from the Philippines?
Oh, from the Philippines? My goodness, there's so many.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Maybe our fishbowl, shenanigans.
Oh, yeah, I really love the fish balls in the Philippines. The fish balls here is not the same. It's not the same, and the sauce. I also like just like, what's it called again? It's this. It's not a. It's a seaweed. It's like it's like this round seaweed that you get there. That's like little pearls. It's so delicious.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and taho, like street vendor taho, not like store bought taho. Yeah, I love it.
So let's do some shout outs. We have, hi mom, thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Shita.
We have Margie.
Hey,
Cortez
Margie.
Payuran. Oops, Daryl is here.
Hello.
Of course, Nick is here.
Hi,
Nick said you're looking great.
Pareto.
Peach is here, of course. Hi. We have Izzy. Hi, thanks Izzy for tuning in.
Thank you, Izzy.
We have Connette Santos.
Yeah. Hi, Ate. Thanks for tuning in.
One of your babies. Hi, Mike. Thanks for tuning in, Mike.
I have a story to tell.
And we have Ruby West. Go ahead out there. Go for it. What's your story?
So earlier, my friend Margie popped up. Thanks for watching. And like, yeah, so one of the things that she got us to do, so this group of friends, this high school group of friends of mine, she sent us a link to a hip hop dance tutorial. Right. So when we were back, like in the 90s, we used to like to dance, like a dance group. And she's like, yes, we can do this. Let's do this. And it was by a very famous choreographer called Paris Gabel, I think her name is. She's worked with J-Lo. She's worked with so many people. And I actually had the pleasure of meeting her at one of Marco's dance events here in Sydney. And so we did this dance tutorial, and it's 40 seconds, Faye. It's 40 seconds. It took me 2 nights to learn 40-second routine. There was a few casualties. I broke my favorite pair of Havaianas. I mean, who does a hip hop dance routine in chinelas? I do. I broke my favorite Havaianas, and I kicked the cat, and then I had to go to the chiropractor to pop everything into place. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And this is something that I would never have done before because I just wouldn't have time. But because, we were on lockdown, we were quarantined, Margie had this brilliant idea that we all learn this routine. And then one day when we all see each other again, we're going to dance it together. So Margie, thanks for that. Thanks.
At least it kept you busy and healthy and on your toes.
Yeah, I was sweating. Yeah, I was so I had so much fun. I was laughing at myself, and I realized that I'm not very good at mimicking and mirror image. Do you know what I mean? So so I had to do it the other way around. It was really, really funny. But yeah, try a hip hop dance tutorial, guys.
Oh my goodness. Oh, in line of that, Ate, I know a lot of people would love to hear words of wisdom from you on staying hopeful and inspired, most especially in this challenging time.
You know, guys, uh, words of wisdom. I used to have a folder full of what I called wow quotes, you know. But really, during this time of uncertainty and just being so frightened of what is out there, you really need to keep hopeful. You know, there are you just you can't control everything that's happening outside of your little bubble, your little world. So do what is best for you. Take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically. Reach out to your friends, your family, and gravitate to things on social media or on the internet that really will help pick you up. So this is temporary. You know that, I know that. It's just normal. It has changed a little bit at the moment, so we need to adapt. You need to be more adapt. You need to be evolve and adapt to the way of life now. It is unfortunate that things have changed for a lot of people, but we have to look at the blessings and we have to look at the positive side of our lives. So in saying that, pray and be grateful every day for what you have, and stay focused in your life. So thank you, Faye.
Thank you, Ate. You're amazing. I told you
You're
that, and I'm
amazing.
glad that you said yes to being on my platform because we need positive stories, and you have given that today. Before we wrap up, though, please give any shout outs to family, friends, and how can we order from your company?
Familiar Foods. Yes, follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. We have a page. It's just Familiar Food. It's one word. And just pop us a direct message on there and we can arrange your order. Also, I want to say thank you to Alfie, to yourself, to my awesome boyfriend, Eddie, Gary. Thank you. That's one person. He just has so many names. So whoever's watching will know who I'm talking about. And to my friends, all of you out there, thank you so much for helping me become the person that I am. So much love always and great energy from everybody. And if ever you need anything, I'm just here. I'm a phone call away, a text message away. So reach out to me, and I hope everybody is taking care of themselves. Thank you, Faye. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Of course, see, I told you it'd be fun. So with that, guys, we've learned a lot from Ate Carla today. The things that I love, what she said was feel good and feel better. You can do that by listening to your body, by surrounding yourself with positive people that will empower you and elevate you, and the ones that can make you smile. And you know who those people are. Ate Carla is one of those people in my life, and I'm sure she can be that in your life too, because I will be sharing her here. And like I said, her social media will be available for you guys to ask any more questions or ask for an advice, whether it be health, whether it be for your life journey, or just a simple what is your motto in life, or maybe a book that she's inspired by. So with that, guys, stay focused. And Atkala also said, adapt and evolve. I mean, this is a time for us to really reevaluate ourselves, what our mindset is, where we are in life, and it's okay. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to indulge. It's okay to spoil yourself. But of course, don't get into a habit of doing bad habits. So with that, guys, actions speak louder than words. And thank you for tuning in this episode of In Love with Me. Love you, Ate Carla.
Love.
Thank you for watching In Love with Me series.